Welcome everyone to my YouTube channel Dear Siva, and I am thrilled to have you join me on this incredible journey. From today, I'm going to start a new series, that is MySQL series, and in today's topic, we will learn about database, basics of database, and by the end of it, you will have a solid grasp of the key concepts. Whether you are a curious learner or someone looking to deepen your knowledge, you are in the right place. We have crafted this video to be informative, engaging, and most importantly, easy to follow. But before we jump into the nitty-gritty, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update from us. Learning is a journey, and we are excited to have you along for the ride. All right, no more delay. Let's get started with the journey MySQL. So, first part of this MySQL, we will learn about database fundamental. Database. What is the meaning of data and database? Data is nothing but a facts about anything, anyone. Just take an example. There is a student in a school and I want to write or collect their data like their name, address, contact number, height, weight, age, class, like this. So these all are the facts about the student, and these all comes under data. Okay, so these all comes under data. Let me show you in more detail. Just take an example. Name, father's name, age, weight. So these are the data that I want to collect from the school student. Okay. Now one Mohan, Sohan, age 12, weight 36. One more, two Ram, Prem, 11, 20 kg. So these are information that I am taking. So if we have a small amount of a student, just taking example, 10 or 20 or 100, we are able to collect their data, and we can store their data in format of a pen and paper, like on paper, or even you can store it in a excel file. There also you can store most of the data, like many of a lot amount of data you can store in excel file also. And in earlier days people were doing like that, but as the size increased, just imagine, now today one a school has a 50,000 strength. So it means there need to store 50,000 students data. Okay, and their report card, like a fa1, fa2, sa1, sa2, these are the tests. So there are different types of tests is being taken in the school. So as a management, you need to store their data. Okay, But when it comes in a, large number of a student, when it comes to a large number of a student, so it is very difficult to manage their data in pen and paper or excel file. Okay, so for that, to solve this issue, to solve this issue to solve this issue, technicals or computer engineers came to a solution with a database with a database database a database which can store data with the which can manipulate in which we can manipulate data, and from which we can delete data. So simple term, data is a facts about anything. Okay, and database is a collection of multiple tables tables. Now what is the meaning of table? So if you can see here, if you are storing your data in this format, in a row and column format, like this is row 1, row 2, and this is column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. So this is called row and column format. So if you are storing your data in row and column format, it means you are creating a table. You are storing your data in tabular format. What is the meaning of this? Table means storing data in tabular format. Tabular format means what? Tabular format means data will be stored in rows and column format. Okay, rows and column format. Now this is called table. Now just take an example. We have multiple tables. Like here we have, in this example I have only a student details. But suppose after some time again we need to create one more table, students marks students marks table, which will store their marks. How? Like with the help of a student id and test name and their marks. Okay, so like this we will store data. Okay, so this is another table, and this table named as a student marks. So we have multiple table. So we need a place where you can store this table, so that you can, from one place you can easily access all the tables. So just take an example. You have created one table with a name student detail. So that is stored here. If i assume this is a storage location, if this is a storage location, Then at one place, somewhere in that storage, there will store at some place of the storage location. One table's data is being stored here. Okay, another table's data is being stored here. Again, if you are creating one another table, then their data will be stored somewhere on the hard disk or storage location. Okay, like this. So there you can store multiple table and you can store data. Okay, so these are so that is called, this is called database. Okay, this is, database is nothing but a collection of tables. For now, tables only. We will much more about, not only database does not store only tables, but we will see it later. Okay, so in database you can store multiple table. Okay, and multiple table can have multiple rows of data. So this is called database. Now come to the topic, database management system. Okay, so one more thing that I want to add here. So we represent our database in cylindrical format, like this way. Okay, so database management system. Now there, this is something like a software. This is a software. Okay, till here, if I'm talking about a database, this is just a concept. Database is a concept. Okay, but database management system is a software application. Okay, which will help us, which will help us to create table, view, and store data in tables. It helps us in retrieving data easily. It means when you have stored your data in a database management, in a database, so database management system will help you in creating all those things. It will help you in creating tables, database, and views and other things. It will help you to store your data into that database, and it will help you to retrieve the data from the database also. So this is called database management system. Now there are multiple database management system in the market currently. Like if I talk about Oracle, Oracle is a database. Microsoft SQL Server, MySQL, DB2, and others. There are multiple database management system. It totally depends on you which database management system you are learning and on which you are going to work. So it totally depends on you. So this is called data. This is the complete like information about data and database management system. I hope you like this content. Let me see if is there any things are there. Okay, so one more like a point to discuss here is that there are different types of databases also. Some databases are distributed database, that is HDFS is a distributed database. Some relational databases like SQL and Oracle, these are the relational databases. Cloud databases like AWS and Azure. Some database like a data warehouse, works as a data warehouse, that is AWS. And there is no SQL databases also, like which stores their data in key value pair, and columnar model, that is called HBase and Cassandra. These all are the NoSQL databases. Document model like MongoDB, this is also NoSQL database, and graph model, graphics, and Neogen. So these are NoSQL databases. One personal database is also like Excel file. And as earlier we were storing our data into Excel file for our personal use, that is called personal databases. Now we have learned this data. What is database management system? So database management system (DBMS) is a collection of programs that enables its users to access databases, manipulate data, report and represent data. It also help you to control access to the databases. Database management system is not new concept, and as such had been first attempted in 1960. It means firstly in 1960 this concept came. Now what is SQL? Now, so what is SQL? I'll come here and we'll try to SQL. What is SQL? SQL means structured query language. Somewhere it is called a standard query language. So it depends on you whatever you want to tell. Okay, this is called SQL. What is this SQL used for? So SQL is a language. SQL is a it's a language. Language means what? The language, with the help of the language, I am interacting with you, you are interacting with me. I am able to send some message to you, and you are able to understand. You are able to send some message to me, and I am also able to understand. So this is a language. Which language we are talking about? Currently, it's a English language. Like that only, SQL, like database management systems, only understand SQL language. Okay, this is a standard language. There is a NSAI, which standardize that. Okay, if you are creating any database management system, then you have to follow these rules only. So by that way, there are multiple database management systems, and all are using SQL only. Okay, so there will be some differences between all the languages. Syntax differences will be there, but whole and soul, this will be more or less it will be same only. There may be some minor changes, but it will be more or less same only. This is called SQL. So SQL is a structured query language. And what is SQL used for? It helps users to access data in the RDBMS system. It helps you to describe data. It allows you to define the data in database and manipulate the specific data. With the help of SQL, you can create and drop database and tables. SQL offers you to use functions in a database, create view and store procedures. You can set permission on table, procedures and view. So with the help of SQL, we can do this much things. Now type of SQL commands. So SQL is also like SQL commands are also divided into different subcategories. SQL's commands are divided into subcategories. Subcategory means what? Like subcategory, what are those subcategories? One is DDL, DML, and DCL. Let's talk about these subcategories. Okay, so subcategory of SQL commands like DDL, DML, and DCL. DDL means data definition language. DML means data manipulation language, and DCL means data control language. Okay, now we'll talk about DDL. So whenever we comes to a DDL means defining, defining. Keep this word in mind. We are defining here. Defining means we are defining a structure. Structure. It means we will be working with a structure. Like if you are creating a building, if you are creating a building, so it means you are playing with their structure. You are defining. You are defining. Defining means you are creating building. Okay, you are now. If we talk about one case is there, like where you have building and you are deleting that building, deleting that building. You are making changes in their definition. Okay, there may be one case where you are creating something, you are already created something, and now you are extending, like you are adding one more thing to that structure. This is called update. And if you have created one building and you are deleting it, this is also called delete, and this called create. Whenever you are creating, it's a create. So we can see here create, update, not update, it will here the alter word will be there. Alter, it means we are altering, so this will not be there. Create, alter, and drop. So this word will not be used here. This here for deleting we will use drop word. Okay. So this create, alter, and drop. So if we talk about DDL, it means we are talking about create, alter, and drop. So we can create table, we can drop table, and we can alter table. Okay, so these are the things we will be using in a DDL. Okay, now we'll come to DML, means data manipulation language. It means we will work on the manipulating the data, means manipulating data, means data is already exist, means table is there. Now we can, in DML we can insert our data, we can update our data, and we can delete our data. Insert, Okay, we can insert data, update data, and we can delete data. It means how we will write here: insert into table. Okay, update, not update, sorry, alter table, alter table. This will be alter, alter table, and sorry, no. This will be if we are talking about, if we are talking about this manipulating data, here we can insert, update, and delete. So insert into table, update table name, and delete from table. So these things we will be working on DML. One more is that DCL. DCL means DCL means data, data control language. Means we will control data. We will control data. How we will control? By granting users and by revoking users permission. Okay, so these things we will do. We will show you how we can grant and revoke. So this is the subcategory of SQL. Okay, now what is the database development life cycle? Now database development life cycle. Life cycle is nothing but whenever you are going to create a database, what are the steps that we need to follow? First, we need to analyze the requirement analysis, and logical design or logical creation, and then after that physical creation. So these things we need to follow. Let me see. First we will do requirement analysis, and in requirement analysis we will do planning and system defining. Okay, after that we will design our database with the logical model and physical model, and then implementation. In implementation we will have a data conversation and loading and testing. So those things, inserting, updating, deleting, these things will come into the implementation. And database designing means logical model and physical model. Okay, logical creation and logical design and sorry physical creation will be in second phase, and in third phase there will be manipulation. In manipulation, insert, update, and delete. Okay, here in this phase, planning. In logical design, here we will be creating, and here we will insert, update, and delete. So these are the physical this is the database life cycle. Okay, now how the database designing is being done? Like there is some uh, techniques to design database. First, before that, we have one question. What is the difference between authorization and authentication? So let me explain this authorization and authentication. Authorization and authentication. Okay. See, for example, this is an office. Okay. This is a main gate. Here we have different department in office. Okay. This is IT. This is HR. These are admin, and this is executive. Okay. This person is employee of this ABC company. Okay. He has their ID card given by their company. Okay. He is going to enter. So the security guard will ask for the identity card. After showing identity card, they will allow you to enter. This is called authentication. Whenever someone is authenticating you at the main gate, you are being authenticated. Okay, authenticated. You are being authenticated. Then only you will be enter to the ABC premises. After that, like in which department you are, like you, if you are an employee of executive department, then you cannot enter to admin department. Okay, so you will be only authorized for executive department, not for a admin, not for HR, not for IT. This is called authorization. This is called authorization. It means you are authenticated, but you are not authorized to enter to IT department premises. You are not authorized to use HR department. You are not authorized to use department premises. So this is the difference between authorization and authentication. If we talk about in SQL, so in SQL you are authenticated, like you are authenticated to use the database, but you are not authorized to use all their databases and all their tables. Okay, you are authorized to enter to the database, you can read the data, but you are not authorized to write the data, and you are not authorized to change, make any changes. This is the difference between authorization and authentication. Now we'll come to the database techniques. Technique means normalization and ER modeling. Type of database technique. So first I'll talk about like how you are designing your database. There is also some technique. So I'll not go deep about it. So normalization is a database design technique that reduces data redundancy and eliminates undesirable characteristic like insert, update, and deletion anomalies. Normalization rule divides larger tables into smaller tables and links them into using relationship. Then purpose of normalization is, in SQL, is to eliminate redundant data and ensure data is stored logically. So first of all, I'll explain about. So as I told you, there are some different techniques for designing database. We'll talk about the normalization, okay, because we are following normalization. Now, what is normalization? Normalization, as we can see in the last in this slide, normalization rules divides larger table into smaller table. Okay, it divides larger table into smaller tables. Okay, and links them using relationship. And after that, after dividing, there will be some relationship. We need to establish a relationship between tables. So here you can understand. Here is a table named employee. In this employee table, you can see employee ID, name, salary, and department name. This is the employee table. But normalization says we have to reduce the character repetition. We need to reduce the repetition of characters. So here you can see HR A, B, C, D, E. This is all unique. Here in department name you can see HR, marketing, IT, admin, and admin. So here is repetition, like admin came 2 times. But normalization said there should not be repetition. You have to minimize the repetition of characters, not for numbers. You have to, you need to reduce the repetition of for a characters. Okay, so you can see here, you can see here in this that single table is divided into two different table. In one table, employee ID, name, salary, and department ID. And in department ID, one another table that is known as a department. Here you can see department ID and department name. So by this way we have removed the character repetition. Yeah, this is repeating, like number 4, number 4 is repeating. But as the normalization said, remove character repetition. So that is why we have divided this into two different table, and both table is connected or being relationship with the department ID. This is connected on the basis of department ID. Okay, so this is all about normalization. And denormalization means that you can see we have two different table. Same example here. Okay, two different table, employee and department, and we are reducing, we are making them into one table. This is called denormalization, just reverse of the normalization. This is the end of part 1 of this MySQL journey. And there you have it, a and there you have it, a comprehensive exploration of database fundamentals. I hope you have enjoyed this video as much as I have enjoyed creating it for you. Remember, learning it does not stop here. There is a whole world of knowledge waiting for you. So keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep that curiosity alive. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone you think might benefit from it. Your support fuels us our passion for creating more educational content. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe the DS Siva channel and turn on those notifications so you never miss out our latest videos. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next time, keep learning and keep growing.